And look at this, direct snap. Jalen Milroe, the rookie out of Alabama, with the pitch and looking there for Walker. And there's a loose ball and a fumble on the play, and the Buccaneers have gotten it. On a fumble by Walker on a bad pitch, it appeared by rookie Jalen Milroe, who only took his third snap of the season. Fumble by Seattle sets up this Buccaneer possession, 1st and goal. Pitch out, Rachaad White. He's looking for blocking, and he gets it right there, and steamrolling his way in with a block by Haggard. Touchdown, Rachaad White. 7-yard touchdown run. He had all kinds of people leading the way. 12-0 Tampa Bay.
Great job by Wirfs. First off, let's see. You got the ball.
All right, the Buccaneers to kick off. They got field goals of 30 and 36. A 7-yard touchdown run. And inside the 5, Derek Young will bring it out. And finds a seam. Knocked out of bounds. And Smith and Jigba on the move, and Charbonnet will remain with a line drive. Caught, touchdown! Working on Vildor.
Receiver to the inside, even inside of that, is clearing out.
And Walker finds a hole. There he goes into the secondary. And shoved out of bounds on the play by Smith. And it's Charbonnet on 1st and goal. Touchdown! What a way to begin the second half. Back-to-back touchdowns by the Seahawks. Tez Johnson has been big, a 27-yard catch. 3rd down, 15, Mayfield. Winds up, throws, caught, touchdown! Bucca right on the money. Mayfield with a touchdown throw. And the Buccaneers are back on top. A 2-point try. Mayfield. And caught for the 2 points. Grab there, Bucca, and why not? From last season, if you can believe that, to this. 2nd down, 2. Fake to Walker. Look at the time. Going deep, and he's got him. Smith and Jigba. What a catch. Beating Winfield. Oh, what a beauty. 52 yards. 3rd down and goal. Flag thrown, end zone caught, back, touchdown. Flag thrown, A.J. Pointer's got it. Had one last week, has one today. Let's see what that flag is all about.
Tough call right there with the 3rd down conversion.
They need the 46 of Seattle. 3rd and 13. Mayfield deep, and he's got a Bucca. He's got him. Caught inside the 5. Down to the 2. 56-yard throw. Durham, the tight end, in motion. Outside, Blockworth. That's a touchdown. White. And the Buccaneers are back on top late in the 3rd. 5 wide receiver, lead wide. And here is the kickoff. Derek Young got a block. Kalani. And the kicker trying to bring him down, and does, but at midfield. And a nice hit by Deion Jones. Clint Kubiak said that was the first call I made when I got this job. 1st and goal, caught at the 3. Touchdown, Barner sheds Levante David.
Just a little out route, easy one-on-one, but...
Down in 2, Cup on the move, Charbonnet in the backfield. Darnold, here comes Diaby, and downfield, caught, touchdown, Torrey Horton.
Watch as this pocket collapses. First he's going to get pressure from the backside. He steps up to avoid that, but I don't know how he gets out of the clutches to slide over to his left.
Reddick was there. The back is White. Mayfield to the air. Worse the block. Buying time into the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Touchdown. It's Shepard. Sterling Shepard catches it. On an 11-yard touchdown pass, they're going to go for 2.
Well, this starts with the great protection. Mayfield has plenty of time to look around. Shepard's to the outside. He's just running a fade.
2nd down and 1.
There's the pressure.
Here's the pressure. Winfield had it. He throws an interception. It's picked off. It's picked off by Levante David.
I could see them trying to be aggressive. That's just his mentality and his mindset. And as soon as he ran to the sideline, I wouldn't be shocked by that.
3rd and 7. It goes to White. Runs outside. Big hole. Hits the deck. Clock will tick. Got it. And Tampa Bay will win it on a walk-off 39-yard field goal. What an incredible season they have put together to get out of the gates and now go to 4-1 atop the South. What a game.
What an incredible game. And Kevin.